Good evening, everybody. It's lovely to be here. And yes, this is me when I was about 7 years old. I'm the youngest of 4. Have we any youngest children in the house? Yes, a few of us. So you'll know what I'm saying when I tell you this is pretty much the only photograph of me. Yeah. And a dodgy fringe cut by my eldest sister, who pocketed the money for the hairdresser and did it herself. And I noticed my teeth. My daughter's just about to turn 7 and going through that awkward grown-up teeth, child face sort of face. So that's me. But I felt at that age I had self-belief. Other people had another word for me, and I would have described my self-belief as quiet confidence. Like, I've coined that phrase for me, myself later in life. And actually, I'm looking at Adriana there. We heard a woman speak who also called it quiet brilliance, which I love. But can anybody think what word other people used to describe a quiet child? Not the first in the queue to do things, maybe not going to stand up and volunteer. Shy. So can I ask everybody in this room to banish the word shy from your vocabulary, because this has killed my self-belief for years. And it's because shy isn't something that you're described as feeling. It's described as something you are. It becomes an identity. Oh, Sinead won't want to do that. She's shy. And that became a label I owned for a long time. Now, this is my mum and dad. And I was lucky enough to have them both in my life as I was growing up. And like a lot of people, they were my first role models. And when I think about what they gave to me, which was an awful lot, I had my mum on the one side. She was an amazing mum, still is, she's brilliant. But lived her life as a nurse and absolutely loved being a nurse. If you hear her talk about it now, she's 85. She just loses 20 years when she's talking about it. You can feel the passion from her. Absolutely loved it. And she had a way of preparing me for things by saying, just do your best. That's all you can ever do. And that's a great gift to give you as a child and as you grow up. All you can do is your best. And then there was my dad on the other side of me, who was reasonably successful, but hated his career. He was a square peg in a round hole. He was an accountant. Sorry if any of you are accountants in here. Sorry, Melanie. But he didn't love what he did. And because of that, he had this real ambition for us as children. And he put into me this ambition. And he had this belief that you can do whatever you set your mind to. And his great expression was, if you just get your foot in the door, you can make the rest up when you get through. And that was a great belief to have. And he had this ambition for me that I would be an international lawyer. Now, I don't want to spoil the plot for you here, but I'm not. And he drove me really hard because of that. But when I was 15, my dad died very suddenly of a heart attack. And with that, my compass was gone. So he had been my direction. I pushed myself hard because I was a daddy's girl. I wanted to please him. I wanted to do what he had set out for me. But when he went, I was left directionless. And I never really knew what I wanted to do, but I did have this inner feeling. Since people going around the pillows there, sorry, hi. I did have this inner sense that I didn't want to be an international lawyer, mainly because I didn't really know what it was. I still don't. And I just felt like that's not going to be me. So I set out on my career path. The reason I've got a weird accent is I grew up in the north of England and I came to Queen's at that stage and I studied psychology. And I thought that would be interesting, that would be something I'd want to do. But thankfully, and I don't condone drinking, but it was at the bottom of a bottle of red wine that I had one of my best ideas. And it was to reach within myself and work out, what the hell am I good at? And what am I supposed to be doing? And there's been a lot of talk of vision. I'd never had a vision in my life. You know, I would have thought these were all crazy talking about this stuff. But I did have one at that stage. And I was like, oh my goodness, I kind of know what I could do. Now I just have to work out how I'll do it. And that's what I did. So I put on my big girl pants on the Monday morning and I marched into my director and I said, look, you and me, we both know this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. And he was like, yeah. But I know what I could do and what's going to benefit the company. And at that time, we were going through really bad employee engagement. You know, it was on the floor. Everybody was miserable. And I thought, I can fix that. And that's what I said to him. And he went, happy days. Off you go, knock yourself out, see what you can do. But that started a whole new career path for me. And from that point, I made a success of it. I've done it in other organisations and found I have a real passion and calling for helping people be successful. So when I decided to leave my cushy job a few years ago, I thought, how can I use that out in the real world? And so I started a business called Generation Women. And now what I do is help women who are in the position I was in to navigate their way out and find, where is my success and what can I be doing? So I wanted to give you a few takeaways. I'm all about practical things. It's my thing. You know, it's great having good big notional ideas, but what the hell can I do with it? So there may be a few of you in here thinking, it's all very well listening to these people up here. I got very northern then, didn't I? Up here. And, and they've got it all sorted, but I don't have self-belief yet. So this is for you. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to be bold when you're not feeling it yet. Would that be helpful? Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with the B. It's all about your body. Nobody ever achieved anything by sloping into the office like you're carrying the weight of, 3 worlds on your shoulders. You can't be bothered anymore. Look at how you're sitting now. You're all leaning over, falling down, whatever. I know we're tired. It's a Wednesday night. We should all be in bed. But what if you were to focus on your body? It will change your mind. So how about we all straighten up a bit? Put both feet flat on the ground. Fix our posture. Breathe in. I used to go to a brilliant spin class. Haven't been in a while. I think you've got another customer. And they always said zip from the hip. So zip up your core muscles. And notice how much stronger you feel when you put a bit of strength into your body. If you're ever feeling like I can't do something, change your posture, change your body, and it will change your mind. So that's the first one. The second one is your energy. Energy is the most contagious thing there is. And if you're bringing your mood hoover into a room, you're going to kill everybody. So how about you think about, how am I showing up? So before you go into any interaction with other people, think about, what am I wanting to achieve with this? And how do I bring it so I can do that? Right, who has looked in the mirror today and thought, oh, holy God, what is that? All these selfies, Gary's been at it up here, look at me, you know, overweight, all the rest of it. We all have that self-talk going. I like to think of it like a duck on your shoulder, quacking away, talking shit. Sorry if you don't like swearing, I'm a swearer. I've been very restrained so far. But you've got to pay attention. Notice that it's narrating your life and not in a good way. And then you've got to shut the duck up. And that's how you be your own best friend. If your best friend talked to you the way you talk to yourself, you'd punch them. And I'd, having seen the boxer, we maybe don't want any of that. The next one is you've got to own it. So Laurie was talking about the superpowers. We've all got superpowers of our own. And I work with women every day who say, oh, I don't have anything to give or bring. Well, that's bullshit. We all have something that we can own and say, I am brilliant at. And if you don't know what it is, start journaling and ask yourself, what would not have happened today if I hadn't been there? You know, so how did I have an impact today? And I can guarantee you, you bring something to every situation. Own that. Offer it to other people, because that's you and how brilliant you are. Your language. So Tegan, where are you? Oh, she's having a glass of wine. Well, no, she's not. She's only 17. It's cold. So Tegan mentioned 4 words of self-belief. And I'm going to give you another layer to that. So has anybody been thinking as the night's gone on, a little goal is starting to formulate? Anyone? Yeah? Well, I don't care what your goal is, whether it's to run a marathon or to clear out your garage. Whatever it is, I want you to close your eyes and think about that goal for a minute. And I'm going to give you some statements. Close your eyes. And I want you to put these statements in front of that goal and say the whole thing to yourself. And notice how you feel. So, I can. I will. I should. I need to. I have to. I am going to. You can open your eyes and notice which of those really told you, yeah, I feel I'm going to do that, and which made you go, oh, I couldn't really be bothered doing that. See if you say, Sinead, you should do something to me. It's 100% guarantee I'm never doing it. So we all have words that impact us and language that works for us. So notice what's yours and notice what you're saying to yourself to get you to do things. And when you change that, you can change everything. And the last one is to dare. So I want you all to stand up. So do we all know who Usain Bolt is? Right, when he comes up to run a race, does he walk up like this and stand like, oh, I can't be bothered? Or does he pull out this? And you see him powering up when he does that. So I want you all to think about your goal and let's pull out a Usain Bolt right now. Everybody. 1, 2, 3, go. Right, and if you can... I promise you, if you commit to something with that kind of energy, you will feel like you can dare to do it. So what would you do if you weren't afraid? Go, be bold, and do it. I'm Sinead Steenson, and connect with me if you think I can help you, work with you, do whatever. Give me a shout, and I'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you.